So 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm off to Rockingham for the last track day of the summer. So this is the inner paddock. When you get here, this is where you'll be, and then you're going to go over there and do the noise testing, which we're going to go and do in a minute. And you've got to go over there to sign in, which I'm going to go and see whether I can sign in now. Catch you, mate. Just went and signed on. Got my little bracelet, got my little sticker. I'm in the novice group again. So I've got to go and stick the sticker on the front of the bike, and then go and get noise tested. Stick my sticker on. Kind of messes it but never mind. So one thing that you got to make sure you do when you get to the track is put your tyre pressures down. So I'm going to go over and see the tyre guy over there and get him to let my tyres down. Right, mate, if I get my tyre pressures let down a bit. So this is the tyre guy. He's doing my tyre pressures. And if you want any tyres while you're here or other stuff doing, this is the guy. So got my tyre pressures done now, dropped down, and now I'm going to go and get noise tested. So a bit of a queue, a bit of a wait at the moment, so I'm just going to switch off and you can have a little look and see.
£9.83. Unfortunately, I cannot take cash.
Oh.
No. I do apologise. I'm really sorry.
It's free petrol today. Ta-da!
£9.83.
So this is the petrol at Rockingham, and this is the petrol guy. But bring a credit card. So got my petrol now, and now I am going to go and get my petrol because I've got the queue's gone down there. Nearly at the front. Busy day today. Plenty of people still queuing. The only tip that you need for the noise test is make sure your bike's cool, because they're a little bit louder when they're cold and they're a little bit more quiet when they're warm. Unless you've got a really stupid exhaust, you'll be fine. Waiting for our briefing now, morning briefing. It's either inside if it's really cold or it's outside here. Head straight. This guy over here in a minute is going to tell us what we can and can't do and what we should and shouldn't do.
We have to give them a tick to show that you've done your sighting laps. When you go out for your first session and your first session only, you will do 3 sighting laps behind an instructor.
Most important thing I would say to bring is a hat. Because when you're standing around, your head gets cold, especially if you're a bit bald. Not that I'm bald. You'll only see me with my crash helmet.
Is that a hat what you're wearing?
Well, I couldn't find my proper hat, so I bought this, but it makes a hat. Makes a good hat. 3 bikes in here. This is a professional damage. Good. Let's go. Yeah, so I'm just about to go out for my first session. Luckily, not luckily, the sun's out, and seems like we're going to have a nice day. Here's your next tip. You got one band to say that you've had the briefing and one band to say what group you're in. This is the super ultra fastest ever group, novice group. But yeah, just stick them out of your suit like that, because they've got to check you when you go out onto the track. So go out with one glove on and one glove off, and then they're ready to go. So yeah, you'll see me going around in a minute. Adios. So queue up in pit straight, the start finish straight, but you're slightly off of the main drag. And once everyone's had their wristbands checked and the track's clear from the previous session, then they let you out and off you go. When you first get out there, first couple of laps, depends how cold it is, you need to take it a little bit easy. So I've cut it into later laps when the tyres are warm, and you can go a little bit faster. And you're going around obviously with plenty of other people, so you gotta pass only when it's safe. So the other thing to keep in mind for Rockingham, they'll tell you in the briefing, but it's mostly left-handed circuit. So you're most of the corners you're on the left side of your tyres, which actually get warmer than the right side of the tyres. So you've got really two right-handers, and the one that's coming up in a minute is the hairpin, which is where a lot of people bin it. So you've got to be a little bit gentle coming out of this hairpin, because the right side of the tyres are a little bit colder. And every time I've been out, I've done this track 3 times. Every time I've been here, at least one person, normally 3 or 4 people, have binned it on that corner. You'll find through the course of the day that you go a bit faster each time out, but if you haven't done the track before, you'll be surprised at how fast you can go through corners. Not that I'm particularly fast, but compared to what you think the bike can do and your tyres can do, it can go a lot quicker. So if you've got a bike and you're thinking about taking it to the track, definitely do it. Especially if you're sort of a video gamer, if you've played some Xbox, Forza or GT3, any of those kinds of games. It really does feel like that when you're on the track. I haven't been on a car day where I've been driving, I've been as a passenger. But bikes, it's just a different level. You know, the bike's so much smaller and more manoeuvrable, and there's a lot more space on the track, obviously, because the bikes are smaller. You're out in separate groups, so really, I can't recommend it enough. It's really such good fun. So yeah, definitely try and get to the track. I guess it will be next summer now, but it's definitely worth doing. So back into the pits once the checker flag comes out, and come in and stop for lunch. The morning was good. Someone nearly took me off my bike, and I don't think I got it on the GoPro because it had flopped down, but some spastic done a big fucking wheelie right in front of me on the main straight and nearly took me out.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
But other than that, the morning's been great. The sun's out, the weather's brilliant, and it's a really good track. It's a good fun track. This is my lunch, urban fruit. This is the best dried fruit, and I think this is one of the best things to eat with some nuts. So not too heavy, not too stodgy, won't spend the whole afternoon with indigestion, just good, nice energy. And this one is really nice, mango, coconut, pineapple and banana. But the only problem is, as I was just saying, dried banana is like Ebola, because it makes everything in there infected with a banana taste. So even though you might have a bit of a mango like that, tastes like mango and banana. If you had the pineapple, that smells like pineapple and banana. But surprisingly enough, superfood, the coconut, it smells of banana as well. But anyway, that's what I recommend to have for your lunch. So afternoon session, we were in on a red flag because somebody binned it on the hairpin, the right hander. So we're on warm tyres when we come back out, which is good. The weather still was amazing. And you can just get on it and try and get through each corner a little bit better. I tend to leave it mostly, I think I'm in 4th gear, must be 4th gear. If you're on a smaller bike, so if you're on a 600, 750, 675 triple, something like that, then probably you're up and down the gearbox a bit more. But on a litre bike, unless you're really good, you don't really need to be up and down the gearbox. It's got more than enough power to pull you out of corners from 4,000 or 5,000 RPM and just rev it all the way around on the straights. And if you do that, if you leave it in one gear, then you don't have to concentrate quite so much on which gear you're in, so you can try and be a little bit better with your lines, try and get your entry points into the corners a little bit better, hit your apexes, think about where your braking markers are. And also, if you're not going up and down the gearbox, then you're not going to upset the bike quite so much. You're just on and off the throttle and on and off the front brake. You'll definitely find that you see the same guys going around on each session. Some of the bikes that you start to recognise, and there's guys that are a bit quicker than you, and there's guys that you're a bit quicker than, and there's guys that are about the same as you, which is the best one, because then you can kind of follow them round, or they follow you round, and you see where their lines are, where they're quicker, where they're pulling away from you, where you're catching up to them. And it's a good way to learn to try and hook up with someone who's similar kind of pace to you. Another thing I would recommend is to get a GoPro. The first 3 that I did, first 3 track days I didn't have one. Everyone else has got one on the bike. They're not expensive, 150 quid, 200 quid. Absolutely brilliant. Great little camera. You can use it for other stuff as well, but on the bike, just to capture your day and remember how it was. Best thing you can have on there. I think I probably will try and get another one for next year, so I can have something facing forwards and backwards at the same time, which would be nice. But yeah, that would be probably my last tip, is get a GoPro. And if you're really lucky, especially towards the later sessions, you get an empty track. There'd be no one around you, and you got the whole thing to yourself. as if the whole track is yours. So yeah, it's really good fun, and I highly recommend it. That's it, the checkered flag comes out and you're back into the pits. Slow down as soon as you see the checkered flag, slow down, stick your hand up, stick your foot out, just in case the guy or guys behind you didn't see the flag and they come and plough straight into the back of you. So let everyone know what you're doing. Into the pits, that's another day at Rockingham. As I said before, it's really good fun. It's really very enjoyable. It's hard work. I didn't do the last session, so on a Sunday you got 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. So I did the 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and missed the last one. Of the 4 track days that I've done, I've missed the last session on all of them except for one. And on the one where I did the whole lot, I was exhausted, almost couldn't ride home. My wrists were knackered, feet were knackered, my hips were knackered. So maybe you missed the last one. Depends how far you got to get home, if you're in a van, if you're riding again. But yeah, definitely do it. If you got a bike, get it booked. No Limits is brilliant. All the days I've done have been with them. They're all good, they're well organised, they're well marshalled. This was the only one with a couple of spanners going around, but generally brilliant. So yeah, maybe I'll see you there next year.